Yo, what is going on? It's the DFS Shark, and we are back. It's now January 20th, and we are back with another day of some NBA action. Coming off yesterday's plays, we had a 5-man slip. We ended up hitting on our top 2 plays, so we cashed that 3X right there. The rest of the line ended up going pretty much 3 for 5 on the slip, so we got a little bit of money back there. Ultimately, a loss on the 5-man line, but since we 3X'd our money on the 2-man slip, our top 2 plays, we ended up 3Xing, right? So ultimately, we ended up profiting on the day, not the biggest winning day, right? But that's the way I run my lineups. You know, I take my top 2 plays, I bundle those together in a 2-man power play, and then my next 5, I bundle those all together. So all I need to do to be profitable on a day is hit that 2-man, and then I'll be good. And anything else after that's just a bonus to me. We ended up, I wish it would have finished stronger. We had a couple of players that just didn't hit their line. By the hook, we lost to one of them. So we're going to go over that in a bit, right? But if you're new to the channel, hit that like. You know, if you've been following me, if you like some of the videos, some of the content I'm posting out, it really helps grow the channel and build the channel when you hit that like button after watching the video or before watching the video. Like I said, I appreciate y'all who are rocking with me, helping me grow this channel. We just started a little over a month ago, and we hit 700 subscribers yesterday. So it's been great for those who have been following me, jumping in the Discord as well. But let's get into some of the action today. And before I get started, I wanted to throw this up here. There is a promo code below for PrizePicks. If you're new to PrizePicks, if you're, thinking about signing up, you're not sure, they have a great special going on where if you deposit $100, they're going to give you $100, basically free money, right? 100% match deposit bonus for you to try out PrizePicks and see if it's something that you want to keep doing, or you just want to test it out and see if it's for you, right? That's why they're giving you that offer, so you can really just play around on house money, which is great. But that code is below if you want to use that. And also, if you want access to these plays early, before I even make these videos, join the Discord, the DFS Shark Tank, because that is where I post them. I posted this one roughly around 6:30 to 6:40 this morning, and every morning I'm posting them around that time. So every video I go over, one of the lines change, one of the lines gets removed completely. Our number 2 play of the day yesterday, Joe Kick, to hit a 3-pointer, ended up getting removed as soon as I was making this video, and he ended up hitting 2 threes. He ended up hitting on that line as well. So super important if you want to get these lines early, absolutely free as well, joining the Discord to jump in there, and you'll see them in there. I post them every single day. And then if I ever add lines like today, NFL playoffs on, I'm probably going to add a smaller line. I'm not going to throw too much in the NFL, but I'm most likely going to add a smaller line. I'm going to throw that in the Discord also. But let's recap on yesterday's plays, right? Let's throw that up here. So you can see our top 2 plays, D'Angelo Russell and Joe Kick. We hit on both of those. Those were pretty easy cashes. D'Angelo Russell got us our 6th assist just at the start of the 3rd quarter, I believe. And Joe Kick hit his 3-pointer in the 2nd quarter, his first shot, right? I think he shot 2 threes yesterday and he hit both of them. So I really like that line on Joe Kick. I mean, that's one of those lines. I don't know if it's going to stay at 0.5 for that long on PrizePicks. A lot of lines I always go back to. If a player hits and I come back another night, they have a good matchup, everything's looking good, and they still have that same line, I will hit them again. I'll hit that line again until they adjust it. But Joe Kick, Russell hit for us. We had Aaron Gordon hit, and he just hit 3 assists, so he was able to pull that one out for us. And the 2 at the bottom, man, Tobias, I thought for sure Tobias was going to hit. At the end of the half, he had 13 points and assists total, right? So, I figured he would hit that. He only needed about 7 more or something to actually cash for us. And the second half, he just did absolutely nothing. He wouldn't even shoot the ball, really. He just kept passing, and then he wasn't getting assists either. He only ended up getting us like 2 more points at the half, or at second half, right? So not the best performance. Cameron Johnson, man, we just needed 16. He hit his 15. That's the way it goes, man. He got off to a slow start in that game. He only had 3 points and assists the first half. Second half, he finally started hitting some shots and getting some assists. But, when you have those slow starts like that, sometimes it's just too much to overcome, even if you get a little hot in the second half. But that's the way it rolls, man. Ultimately, we cashed on the 2-man line, as you can see here, I had a separate lineup for that as well. So 2-man lineup, we cashed 3x our money there. And then the 5-man play, we ended up not cashing there, right? We got when you hit 3 out of 5 on PrizePicks, you get 40% of your entry fee back. So let's say you bet $10, right? They'll give you $4 back. So ultimately you end up losing about $6. So still a loss, but you get some back. So it helps out a little getting some back, especially if you're able to hit on the 2-man play as well. It just increases your profit a little more. So ultimately, at the end of the day, profitable yesterday, but slightly. But that's the way it goes, man. I'm trying to churn out small wins until I have that big day where I hit that, 10x, and I hit that, 25x, really. I don't play 6-man lines as much. I'm fine with a bunch of 10x's, right? Just 10x of my money. And I will throw the 25x's in from time to time. The 6-man lineups, like Flex Fridays, at times I will. But that's just the way it rolls. And also, speaking of Flex Friday, I gave away a lineup in the Discord yesterday for Flex Friday where they give you a $20 free play. If you lose, you get all your money back. And the line got pretty much crushed yesterday. To be 100% transparent, right? We only hit like 1 out of 5 on that lineup. Did get all my money back, so not a loss at all for me. But those Flex Friday lines, for some reason, man, I just don't have good luck with those, right? And I think a big part of it also is they send those out at about 11 o'clock Central. So a lot of times when I'm look at the lines, a lot of the lines I already put in have already been removed, gone up, and there's just not as much value at that point of the day, right? But it is what it is, man. Flex Friday, that's what I love about it. Even if you lose, you get all your money back, paid in full. So that's going to be it for yesterday's plays. Let's dive into today's plays and what we're looking at. All right, so diving in here to DGF Daily Grind, right? I always look over the top 2 plays on here for y'all if y'all want to ever add some plays from DGF that I'm seeing here. The top play on DGF right now is Miles Bridges, rebounds and assists over 9.5. So that's a good play there. You can see the odds. Caesars has it at -145. BetMGM -135. DraftKings -135. So if you were just blindly betting, that would be a good play just because you can see the odds makers are on heavy for him to go over, right? The next play would be Jalen Brunson over 3.5 rebounds, and pretty much the same here, right? They're all 125 and up, which is always good odds to be on, right? Daily Grind is one of my favorite tools when it comes to finding the best discrepancies in lines, figuring out what lines you should be on, what lines you shouldn't be on, right? And it really helps just take all the major sports books, throws them into one, and then it helps you filter down by which plays are given the best odds to hit, which plays are given the best value. If it's something you want to try out, drop that code in Shark at sign up and they'll hook you up with 25% off your first month. But let's dive into the plays, right? I'm going to start with my number 2 play of the day like usual. And we are going to be going to the Philadelphia game. So this was a player I had in my Flex Friday lineup yesterday who did not hit for us, Embiid. And the play is more than 5.5 assists. All right, so let's go to the flow of this game and how it's shaping out to be. So they're playing the Hornets. They're on the road. They did play yesterday, the Sixers. Like I said, Embiid didn't even play the 4th quarter pretty much. They were getting a blowout there. And Philly is a -11.5. So I think the Hornets definitely get an improvement or bump up with ball on the court, right? So I think that they're a little bit tougher with him. I do think the Sixers are going to blow them out still, but I think the Hornets can give them a run for at least a good part of the game, right? Up into that 4th quarter at least. That's what I'm hoping happens here. But with that said, let's go to Embiid. Let's pull up outlier here, and we can see over just the season, he's hitting this at a 60% rate, right? And it all just depends on Embiid and what kind of night he wants to have, right? Because if you watched him this year, he's averaging like 35 points a game. So he can pretty much do whatever he wants, right? If he wants to be a point guard and just throw out assists, dish out assists, he can do that. He can get you 11 assists if he wanted to, or he can just turn around and score 40 plus for you, right? So matchups don't even really matter when it comes to Embiid. He's going to get his no matter who is guarding him. So it just depends what kind of night he has, right? Is he deciding to shoot more? Is he deciding to dish it out a little bit? We're hoping he dishes it out a little bit tonight, right? Let's go through his trends here recently. So his last 5, he's at 40%. His last 10, he's at 40. Last 20, he's at 55. Head-to-head, not good in head-to-head versus Charlotte, right? A lot of these could just be because of blowouts, right? And all 3 of these games were blowouts. So definitely not a good trend there, but I'm liking Embiid to go over this line as well. He's also heavy juice. You can see by the odds makers, minus 125 on all the sports books here. So I'm liking those odds here with Embiid going over. And assist allowed, Charlotte is 27th in the league. First big man, they're actually number 3. But like I said, when it comes to Embiid, it really doesn't matter who's guarding him or what, because he's going to get his no matter what. Now we just need him to get those assists instead of the points tonight, right? But Embiid's always going to play heavy minutes, and blowouts probably not as much, which could happen here. So we're needing the Hornets to play him close. But this is a line Embiid can go well over. As you can see here, he's upside of 11. And a lot of times he's getting 7 assists a game, right? I think he's averaging just at 6 for the year. We need him to be able to dish the ball out, coming off some picks, and things like that, dishing out to Maxey for some threes. That would be ideal, right? But Embiid, we're going to be rolling with him. Let's see what RotoWire has to say about this one. So RotoWire has Embiid at 5.9 assists. They have him playing 35 minutes, which would be great if we were able to get that, right? So I'm liking this play as my number 2 on Embiid. Let's slide into my top play of the day now, right? And this is a play I'm liking a lot. Rozier, over 5.5 assists, right? So they do got ball back, right? Keep that in mind. And this is also the same game, right? So my top 2 plays are on the same game, but I'm liking Rozier to hit this line. He has been crushing this line all season, 75% for the year, right? His last 5, he's at 40. Last 10, 70%. Last 20, he's hit this line 80% of the time. And in head-to-heads, they play each other. In December, he only had 2 here, but 2 and 2 basically in the head-to-head matchups with it, right? And let's look at back to 2023, right? So he has the potential to just go well over this line as well. Multiple games here of 7, 8, a couple of games of 13. These were without ball, I believe. But having ball in the lineup, he's still hitting this line at about 60% of the time. And we can even filter down and look at that, right? That's a beautiful thing about Outlier. You know, if you're looking for a tool to really dive deep into trends and to adjust players' stats based on injuries and things like that, then this is the tool for you, right? So let's see what he's done with LaMelo Ball in. So LaMelo Ball has only played 10 games this year, and he's hit this line at 60% of the time. So still a really good number, even with LaMelo Ball in. And if anything, it helps him out because LaMelo Ball can score. So he can dish it out to LaMelo Ball, and he has another scorer to throw to, right? So Rozier, man, I'm liking this line. Let's look at some injuries right here. So Gordon Hayward's out, obviously. Nick Richards, game time decision. Mark Williams out. For the Sixers, we got DeAnthony Melton still out. So they're missing one of their guys there. Covington out. But yeah, Rozier, I'm liking this. You can see the odds here. Minus 135 on BetMGM, which is really good odds. Caesars minus 133. We'll go over these on DGF as well and what the odds to hit percentage is. So let's dive into that, right? So let's pull up Embiid here first. So we can see Embiid. The play I got on Embiid right now is the over 5.5 assists, and he has a 51.76% chance to hit. So a little bit, 1% chance better than a coin toss, basically. So this is the one I'm liking here. Pinnacle minus 118, and the rest of the books pretty much the same as I showed you on Outlier. Minus 125, couple of minus 122s, and the flip has it at minus 135. So Embiid, liking this line here as well. And let's dive into Rozier. So his top line on DGF is assist over 5.5, and they have him at 53.05. So I'm liking that. We got a 3% edge there, right? All the books you can see are minus 130 and up, minus 145 at flip. So he is a heavy favorite to go over this line as well. And this is where all my lines are at, heavy favorites. So those are my top 2 plays, man. Let's see. These are the next 3 that I'm going to be bundling these up with, right? This is the player we had the other night, Giddey, who crushed the line for us. And, before they make adjustments to his line, if he keeps playing that way, they will. But I'm liking Giddey on these points and assists right here, right? I'm going to be hitting him more than 14.5 points and assists. They have a really good matchup, or really tough matchup, I should say, against the Timberwolves. But that's going to be a close game. The spread's like a -3. I think Giddey can get his as well. The thing I like about Giddey is SGA draws a lot of attention. Right? Because he can just score at will. Jalen Williams draws a lot of attention as well because he has really been heating up, and he is another play we have coming up here. But that really leaves Giddey to get some open looks at times and to dish out assists. And he can pass really well. If you watch some of his games, he can throw some crazy passes. So I like Giddey and his upside here, right? Next, we're going to go to a guy that let us down the other night. He was our top play of the night and let us down. He was the only one that lost on the night. But we have a different line here. We're going to be going PRA on John Collins and against Houston. This is another close, tight spread, like a -2 or -3. And John Collins is coming off 2 out of his 3 best shooting games of the season, right? He's put up 20 plus in 2 out of those 3 games. You can see here, let's pull up recently, right? These 2 games were like his best shooting performances of the season, right? And so I think he's starting to get hot. I think he's starting to find his shot and find his place with them, right? So I'm liking John Collins to hit the over here. And then for our last play, a player I really like who has been just getting way better as the season's gone on, right? Let me make sure the line's the same, right? So Jalen Williams, right? We're going more than 20.5 points and rebounds. And you can see Jalen Williams has absolutely been destroying this line, right? Look at that. Out of his last 10, he's hit this line at, I believe it was 90% of the time, right? And his points are just going up steady. So he can get you this off points alone, 20.5. He can get you this off points. His last 3 games, he scored 20 plus points each of those games, right? So he's hitting this line with points alone. And then he has the upside to get, grab you 3 to 5 boards as well. So he may only need to hit, 16 to 17 points and then grab 3 to 5 boards, right? So Jalen Williams, I like this matchup with Giddey. Pairing them up together, they can kind of feed off each other on points and assists. And then Jalen Williams has got the points and rebounds, right? So that's going to be the top 5 for the day. This is actually one of the first videos I made in a long time where none of the lines have got changed. None of the lines have got removed. I definitely think at some point throughout the day, these are going to get bumped up, or taken off completely. So if you're going to put these in, if you're seeing this early, just be aware of that, right? And so let's quickly recap on these plays. So Joel Embiid over 5.5 assists. Terry Rozier over 5.5 assists. We got Giddey over 14.5 points and assists. Collins over 17.5 points, rebounds, assists. Jalen Williams over 20.5 points, and boom, that's going to be it for our PrizePicks plays of the day. If you're new to the channel, I'm giving my plays like this every single day. I'm giving my top 5 plays, really showcasing the top 2 plays and breaking those down so you can get some insights onto what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for in these games, if I'm looking at trends, bookmakers, odds, all these different factors I account for, right? And if you're going to be on PrizePicks now, these are a lot of the different things that you want to be looking at daily to try to get that edge. And you want to try to get the edge in any way you can, right? And a big part of that is seeing what the odds makers, what the sports books are on, right? Because they have all that baked into that line. If there's a -140 on a line, they have it like that for a reason, right? So it's up to you to kind of decide on, what that reason is, or you can blindly follow those sports books. I know a lot of people that do that and they have great success doing that as well. Also, if you want to support this channel, hitting that like button really helps me grow this channel, because it basically tells the algorithm, you like the video, so let's push it out to more people. And that's the main goal of this channel, right? For more people to see it. And really the main goal is for us to beat PrizePicks together, right? That's why I give you these plays for absolutely free. There's no paywall on the Discord. You can join there, get the plays free as well. But just so we can all win together, man, share those wins. share those W's, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? Whether you're playing this for, whether you do this full time as you're living, or you're just doing it for some entertainment betting, whatever your situation is, we all want to win at the end of the day. And so that's what we're trying to do here. But with that said, man, that's going to be it for this video. Y'all have a good rest of the day. We got NFL coming on later today. We got 2 games, and I'm pulling for the Texans, see if we can pull it out today against the Ravens. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I think we got this. But that's going to be it for this one, man. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Take care.